right, so it's lovely to have you, Borino, with you on this beautiful day to share with you the Do or Die Challenge. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited that you're here today. So let's say hello to Derek. Good to see you, Angela, and Brian, and Rebecca, and Chris, and Sean, and Mr. John. Always good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Avi, very nice to see you. Wendy, Joseph saying hello to everybody, and a bunch of other good people. Lovely to have you on the training. Now, today is going to be slightly different. We are going to actually dive in to a plan that I wanted to share this with you. I shared it with some of my private clients. They get some pretty cool results, and I wanted to share that with you. So I have everything ready. If you really want to get value out of this, if you're not just listening in the background as a distraction while having lunch or a cup of coffee, although I do have a cup of coffee, always my cappuccino is here. There are a couple of things I would encourage you to do. Post questions. I may not answer them right away, but I promise you before I push the button that we're off air, I will answer them. This is live, so do ask questions. Take notes. Allow yourself to be inspired. Allow yourself to really immerse yourself, be inspired. Let the ideas flow. What's possible? What can be done? How quickly you can do it? And what's possible for you? Whether you're at this for 15, 20 years, like some of you are, great veterans, people who have some battle scars to prove, that you've been around the block a few times, or some of you may be new in the business. If you really want to make a significant change in your business, and not just next year, but right now, this training is for you. I have an offer at the end, of course. I'm going to invite you to join my training, my private group, but let's dive in first. Cool? Everybody good? Thumbs up? Yes? Give me some thumbs up so that I know you guys are good with the plan. All right. Seville just joined us. Ronaldo is here. Good to see Ronaldo. Carrie and Carla. Lots of good people. All right, guys. So let's get cranking. Do or die. Here is the plan. The presentation will be rated R, as my presentations always are, right? You come for entertainment, not just for value. Quick disclaimer that my lawyer always makes me say, and that is, I'm not applying you will achieve any results. Numbers and examples are strictly hypothetical. Systems I teach are not easy at first. This is not a silver bullet, magic bullet, easy shortcut. It does require work. And you probably will not hit a home run on your first attempt. So here's my challenge. I set this hypothetical challenge. Let's assume it's 20 years back and I'm a brand new agent. Can you think of it? No, some of you, that may be a few months ago, some of you maybe a few years back. Roll it back. So I'm a brand new agent and I have 0 leads, 0 listings, no past clients. So I cannot rely on sign calls. I cannot rely on a stream of referrals from my past people. I have a very limited budget. I can't spend thousands of dollars on direct mail or Facebook advertising. I just don't have the resources. Let's assume that. I have no team leads. There are no broker-fed leads. It's just me. I have to rely just on me. There's no in-house sales agents, no lead generation company, no buying leads from Zillow, nada. Just me. I need to get at least 1 sale and 1 good listing. That's my challenge. 1 sale and 1 good listing. I need to get at least, I have 30 days to pull it off. So I have 1 month to do all this. Whoops, sorry, went too fast. 30 days to get 1 sale and 1 listing, or more. But that's my minimum. It's either that or boom, I'm out. Now, I gotta warn you before we dive in. As I go through this, you will have that little voice. It's that little squeaky voice, that little gremlin that will say, it's too easy, or it's too hard, it's too simple, it's too complicated, it's too this, too that. It's this little voice that got me in trouble. It's this little voice, as you'll see in just a moment, caused me a lot of grief in my business and in my life. You've heard it. You tried it. You tried it before, it didn't work. I've heard this before. This is not new stuff. This is not cutting edge. So be careful. Be careful. Don't pay attention to that little voice for the next few minutes while we're here together. Can you promise me that? Can we do that? Amy, you're good with that? Philip? Yes? All right. So now I teach this stuff. I become good at teaching this stuff, but that was not always the case. Now the life is pretty good, but that was not always the case. And the reason it was not always the case is because of that little voice and because I was screwing around. This is my fresh start in real estate. This is your coach Borino starting. Look at the briefcase. I called it James Bond briefcase. It's pretty cool, right? The problem was I knew a lot about struggle. So if things are not going perfectly for you, if you are not where you want to be, if this year has not been exactly stellar for you, I know a thing or two about struggle, because this is one of my favorite reminders right there. That car is Cadillac DeVille, 1981 Cadillac DeVille, old rust bucket. I bought it used, paid a few $100 for it. And because I was screwing around and not doing the right thing and listening to my gremlins and struggling, I lived in that car. That was my home. Not just my transportation, but my office and my house. Now again, I don't want to turn this into a pity party. Oh, poor Borino, look at him, blah, 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 blah. I'm just sharing with you, I know about struggle. I know about difficulties. And I want to show you, even if you are struggling, if you are experiencing difficulties, or if you just want to have good stuff in your life, nice things, money, business, there is a way to do that. So here with my plan, this is exactly what I would do, step by step. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. Okay? So let's do this. One, I have to admit I would be nervous. It's a scary thing to start something new, a big challenge like this. Remember when you got your license and all of a sudden you realize how much you didn't know? So I know I would be nervous. I know I'd be uncomfortable. This is not about being comfortable. I know I would screw up. There would be mistakes, of course. But I would do it anyway. I would screw up, but I would do it anyway. I know it's a lot of work, but I would do it anyway. I am up for the challenge. The question is, the challenges you're facing, are you up for them? Are you stepping up? Are you showing up? Are you really? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. So, before I dive in, and before I give you all the strategies and tactics I would deploy, my very, very, very first step is make a decision. I would do it anyway, no matter what. No matter what. Those are the most critical words I can give you today. No matter what. Ethical, of course. Legal, absolutely. But other than that, I'm going all out. And the first thing I would do is decide, what do I want and why? Because if I just said, no, I just want a little more money, nah, not good enough. I just want to pay off some bills, not good enough. I need to be very specific. What the hell do I really want? And why am I doing this? Because life, my friends, is going to not be easy at times. There'll be challenges at times, whether you're broke or you're wealthy. I was on both sides of that. I was broke as they come, and it wasn't easy. Today, I'm doing all right, and it's still not easy. Easy was yesterday. But I would get very, very specific. What do I want? You get very specific. What do you want? And I'm not talking about the annual goal settings that nobody ever keeps. I'm talking about what is that you really want to get out of it. The freedom, what it represents to you, your kids, your spouse, your family, people that matter to you. That would be my why. My next step would be breaking it down. How much do I really need? Because at the end, it's going to come down to good old cash. Cash runs this world. Cash drives the world. Cash will give you the freedom. And I'll show you how to make that cash. I'll give you a plan, the $13,000 plan. But first I would break it down. How much does it cost to live? So this is our hypothetical numbers. Let's say it's $6,000. God, I wish it was. Life would be a lot easier if that was only $6,000. But I would add it all up. Car payment, my clothes, date nights with my beautiful wife, my cell phone, everything. Total home expenses. So in this case, in this scenario, it's $6,087. Then I would add up everything else like vacations, childcare, credit cards, entertainment, television, Netflix, all that stuff. How much is that? That's extra $3,221 in this scenario. Shit, I think I spend that much a week. Anyway, then I would get clear. So if my house expenses are $6,087, my personal expenses are $3,221. Then I would add up business expenses. Now I need to keep it on a pretty tight budget, but there will still be some expenses. So it's going to cost me $2,274 to run, and I'll show you what I'm going to spend the money on. Then Uncle Sam, of course, will grab their hand and stick it in my pocket and grab some cash. So that's going to be about $2,911. Of course, I will have to budget that in because you know how it is. You earn the money, you spend the money, and then you own taxes, speaking from experience. Next, I'm going to calculate my spouse's income. If spouse works, put it in the budget. Why not? You can. You don't have to. And I want to put $2,000 a month into savings. Just to kind of put money aside just in case. That means I need to generate $12,184. So a little below $13,000. $12,181. That is my goal. That's my target. That's what I'm after. This is what I'm after. So now I have to come up with a plan that will get me to that. That's the goal. So here's what it means. If my real estate income is going to be $12,184, that means $146,208. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not a bad lifestyle. Number two, average commission, at least in my area, based on $427,000 home about, is $8,640. That means I need to close 1.4 transactions a month or 17 annually to reach that goal. That means I'm going to need 1.4 listings or 17 listings because listings equal transactions. I'm going to focus on listings that will automatically generate sales and buyers. That means I'm going to need 3 or more listing appointments every month, 36 annually. And that will require per 10 leads, and I'm going to show you high conversion leads that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to need 10 of those suckers to get 1 appointment. So 30 leads total per month, 360 annually. Make sense? This is my simple plan. I don't want to overcomplicate it because the moment I make this planning complicated and difficult, I'm going to get lost in it. I'm not going to get it done. I'm just going to go, fuck it, let's just give it a cup of coffee. You guys can relate to that? Right? So it's simple. And then I break it down into 52 weekly goals. 8 leads a week, 1 appointment a week. That's my bullseye. That's what I'm after. And here's why that matters. Because if I can get the 2 leads per day, that equals my ideal lifestyle. That's the answer. That's it. That's the whole equation. It's no more complicated. And I'm not pretending this is easy, guys. I know it's not. But it's doable. Hey, birthday boy, Mr. Phil. What's happening, dude? Good to see you, brother. Nice to have you on the training. So this is now my main focus. My business runs on leads. My business runs on leads. My lifestyle is depending on my ability to generate good quality leads because through conversion, I'll show you the 3 steps in just a moment, I'm going to convert those leads into appointments, listings, commissions, lifestyle. But remember, the challenge is to pull this off and get it up and running in 30 days. So I need to stick to one word, and that is discipline. And what discipline means is, I like this quote. This is from Mr. Walter Begott, who was an English journalist and economist. He says, perhaps the most valuable result of all education, even training like this one, is the ability to make yourself do the thing you have to do when you ought to be done, whether you like it or not. See, I'm not pretending that lead generation, follow-up, rejection, setting up open houses, putting out signs, negotiating offers, getting rejected. I'm not pretending it's easy. And I don't have a magic answer for you how you're going to like all that. You won't. But I am here to tell you, you're going to like the results. You're going to like the freedom. You're going to like the lifestyle. You're going to like the money you're going to make. You're going to like what you can provide for you, your family. You're going to like the feeling of accomplishment. You're going to like the feeling of conquering. Where you're going to look back and you say, hell yeah, look at me. Look what I've accomplished. That's what we're after. Because the definition of discipline will be a choice. I'm going to have to make a choice for the 30-day challenge, what I want now, which is a comfortable kick back, have a beer, and play a video game, and what I want the most, which is the freedom, the lifestyle, the success, and building on that, because this is just a start. So I'm willing to do what it takes, not what's comfortable. Now let's look at the 3 moving parts. Here they are. This is the secret to a profitable real estate business, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. There is nothing else. 3 moving parts. Because if you know how to set these up and how to make them work, you're making money, you're successful, you're moving forward. Watch. Moving part number 1, you need to know how to get good leads. You can buy them, of course. You can spend money. That's fine. Not my favorite thing. Because a lot of them are tire kickers, a lot of them are long-term, a lot of them are shaky buyers. Don't want to do that. Better leads are listings. I'll show you where they are. You need to know how to do that. Lead generation, passive, active prospecting. I'll show you the best funnels I will set up in this challenge. Leads through follow-up lead into appointments. You build relationship, you nurture the connections, you start getting appointments. That's what purpose of the follow-up is. Build, establish your status, establish your expertise, qualify the seller, qualify the buyer, qualify the prospect, turn them into a client. And step number 3 is getting listings. Think about it. If you know this is how you get leads, if you know this is how I convert leads into appointments, if you know how this is how I convert appointments into listings, you have a profitable business model. Then it's just a matter of scaling it, growing it. But these are the 3 pillars. Without these 3 moving parts, you ain't got a business, you got a hobby. All right? So now, let's talk about listings. My focus is on listings. Now business and listings. Because I don't have the time and resources working long-term nurture leads, like Facebook leads. It's expensive, it takes a long time. And I don't want to invest the time to learn and master it right now because I got 30 days. So I'm going to start with a low-hanging fruit, high conversion leads. I used to call them high probability leads. Now I renamed it to high conversion leads. Focusing on listings will allow me to control two things. And this is important. Write these down. Focusing on listings allows you to control your time and your income. If you set up predictive business models generating high conversion leads, you're able to control your time and your income. Now, when I say control your time, I don't believe in this 4-hour work week bullshit. Especially at the beginning, you're going to work your ass off, and I'm going to show you my actual day. I'm going to break it down step by step, and you'll see that's no joke. We're going to roll up our sleeves and go to work. Good old-fashioned hard work. So if you're ready for that, great. If you're hoping that there is some kind of a 4-hour week shortcut, then I'll save you time. You don't need to watch the rest of it. Still with me? Good. All right. Let's continue. So I'm going to start with high conversion leads, the low-hanging fruit. See, I don't have hours and hours and hours to sift through a bunch of people until somebody may be interested. I want people that I can find in minutes. And there are only two groups, two lead sources where I can have leads in minutes that can start working immediately because I'm under time pressure. Remember, I have 30 days. So where do I start? Expired listings. All I need is MLS and I got leads. What's my next one? For sale by owners. Those are the easiest leads. Guys, if you're not working for sale by owners and expired listings, new and old, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. You're leaving big opportunities in the wake. Big mistake. I'm not going to make that mistake. I made it in the past. Guess what? I was homeless. So I learned from my mistakes. I don't want to make the same mistake again. So FISBOs and expireds, I'll start there. Every weekend, I'm going to hold one open house for 3 hours. Every weekend, one good open house for 3 hours. I'm going to also focus on my sphere. There's one problem with that. There's one big problem with referrals. Unlike expireds, for sale by owners, and other lead generation systems, you cannot build a predictable model on referrals. In other words, you can wait for 2 months before the first referral shows up. There's no guarantee you're going to get them. There's no guarantee they're going to be motivated. There's no guarantee you want to work with them. There's no guarantee you can help them. They're great if they come. I don't discourage you working your sphere. On the contrary, it'll be part of my plan. But you cannot rely on it. There need to be other active methods, and I'll show you what those are. So funnels, new and old expireds, for sale by owners, open house, sphere, and then other. And other will be some passive methods. Maybe I'll run a little bit of Facebook advertising for my open house. Maybe I'm going to get a sign call. That's all groovy, but that's gravy. That is not in my core, but these are my funnels because I do need those 30 leads. Everybody got it? All right. Now let's talk about tools and systems I need to put in place for this challenge to work, to have this up and running and getting results in 30 days. I'm going to get a CRM. That's essential. I need to have my follow-up organized because if you remember, the second part, the second moving part, the second wheel of this machine is a good follow-up. And in order for my follow-up to really work, I need to keep it organized. I can't have it written down. I can't have index cards or Excel spreadsheets. It needs to be a more robust system. So I'll go with LineDesk. There's a whole bunch of others. This will be my choice. Easy to learn, not that complicated, easy to get up and running, inexpensive. Number two, I'm going to need a lead source, a data provider who's going to feed me leads. Because sifting through MLS may be good to start, but because my competition has these high-tech tools, I need to keep the playing field even. And I need to have access to their contact information. So I'm going to jump on Espresso. I'm going to use my own code, Borino, to get the discount. Then I'm going to use Trello. This will be my task management. This will be my communication tool. This will be my tracking tool. The free version is just fine. Of course, the phone. I'm going to need a good phone. I'm going to hire a part-time assistant. And I know, especially at the beginning, you may say, well, I'm going to hire somebody when I have the money. And I said the same thing. I was the idiot who thought, once I have the money, I'll get the assistant. And it took me quite some time to realize it's backwards. I'm going to make a lot of money once I hire somebody where I can delegate stuff. So part-time, I'm going to start 2 hours a day, $30 a day. That's all I need. $15 an hour, at least in my area, $30, $150 a week. But now I have 2 hours where I don't have to waste time making copies, running paperwork, doing admin stuff, the boring, tedious, unproductive stuff that still needs to be done. But I just can hand it off to somebody else. So I'm going to hire somebody. I'm going to sign up for send out cards, that's free, and I'm going to get an Open Home Pro to register my people who come through an open house. Those are the tools I need to get started for this challenge to work. All right? Now, every day, I will do the best I can with what I have. Every day, I will do the best I can with what I have. It's not going to be perfect. There'll be mistakes. There'll be. Let me show you what I mean. Let me just draw this out for you, because this is it good so far? Are you guys enjoying it? Is it helpful? Give me some feedback. Yes? This is from yesterday's Confidence Clinic training, which you saw on the board. So here's what's going to happen. Yeah, good? Sarah Mary would like to know, what are you doing with Trello? I know that Trello is, but how are you implementing it here? I would set up projects. For example, if I take a new listing, I would use Trello as my checklist of what needs to be done. So some of that I can delegate to my assistant. That's one of the examples what Trello is really good for. All right, so I'm here. This is my starting point. This is 30 days from now. This is the money. Yeah, everybody can see that? Let me switch the camera. Here we go. Okay, so I'm here. This is day 1. This is day 30. So my plan, where are we? That's the camera. All right, let me go this way. My plan is to get here in 30 days and make the 11th, what was it, $12,180, something like that, right? 12 grand, okay? One listing, one sale. That's my challenge. That's the plan. Now, the reality will be slightly different. I'm going to start, and it's going to start great. I'm going to get a couple of appointments, maybe even a couple of sales like pending, all good, and then boom, the shit hits the fan. Then I'm going to recover and going to get back on track, and then I'm going to have a terrible day, and I just feel like it's not working. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to go backwards, upwards, and then I'll reach the goal. This is the reality. And what is prudent and wise to be prepared for this. Plan, hope for this. Like there's the great Chinese saying, hope for sunshine, prepare for rain. I'm hoping for sunshine, but I'm prepared for rain. Because there'll be setbacks, there'll be bumps. There'll be days where I feel like nothing is working, and there'll be days where it's awesome. But remember, I cannot let my emotions control my income. I cannot let my emotions run my business. So every day I'm just going to do the best I can with what I have. All right, you guys are enjoying it. I get thumbs up from Gerald. Roy's loving it. Samantha's liking it. Gerald, Angela, good. All right. Now, normally you want a business like this, right? Build a perfect bridge, big bridge. Your marketing materials, perfect. Your scripts, perfect. Your follow-up, excellent. Everything is absolutely polished, well-oiled, well-performing. But if I do that, I'm going to spend 6 months doing that. And I don't have 6 months. I can't go without commission for 6 months. I must hustle. I must get business now. So that approach is not going to work. It's too expensive, too time-consuming, too complicated, and ineffective for me. So I'm just going to do this approach, build as I go. That means I don't need 6 months of follow-up. I need the next step. I don't need a big, complicated marketing system. I just need the next piece. Good enough. Is this good enough to get me leads? Is this good enough to get me appointments? Is this good enough to get me listings? If it's good enough, moving on. Very often, at least in my life, tell me if you can relate to this, I was driven by the need of perfection. It needs to be perfect. I could fuck around with the font size for half an hour. Colors, picture, positioning. Even when I do these slides for you guys, I still design these, by the way, myself. I can agonize over the position and proper cropping and all that. But the drive for perfection, this need for perfection, is an avoidance behavior. Because it's much easier to sit in your office and work on that perfect letter you're going to one day send to an expired listing than to actually get out there and talk to them. Because that croc brain, that little lizard, that little booger I showed you earlier, would very much like to talk you out of anything that's uncomfortable or potentially dangerous. But I need to move forward. So if it's good enough, if that script is good enough, let's go. If the letter is good enough, let's go. If the follow-up is good enough, let's fire it off. I'm going to split my marketing and lead generation into 2 groups, active and passive. So to give an example, active marketing is hunting, passive marketing is fishing. If you run a Facebook ad, it's passive marketing because you don't control who's going to see your ad, how many people are going to respond to it, will they react to it. You don't have direct control over it. You run let's say you have a bench ad in the neighborhood. Same thing, it's all very passive, where you're hoping that somebody else is going to react to your marketing. It works. It should be part of the mix. I'm incorporating 20% of it, but I cannot rely on it because I cannot build an accurate business model around it. Only after I run it for a long time, I can start building predictions. But that can change, like, Mark Zuckerberg, right? Change shit on us all the time. Try running real estate Facebook ads these days. How easy it is. I'm being, of course, sarcastic. So I'm going to rely mostly on active marketing, where I go out and hunt, where I actively go after expireds and for sale by owners and all these leads. I will put in the effort and energy. One condition: the leads I'm going to focus on in this challenge must be WAR leads, W-A-R leads, W-A-R, WAR. That stands for first, willing. They must be willing to work with me. They're willing to work with me. Able. They must be able. If I do an open house and a good qualified buyer comes in, are they able to purchase? Are they ready to go? If I work with the seller, are they able to move? And then ready. Remember, I can't do a year from now. I will nurture those leads, but I cannot rely on those because so much can go wrong. They'll be talking to other agents, plans change, life changes. So I need high conversion leads right now. Next, I'm going to focus on my time because it is the most precious, most important commodity you have. And we squander it so much. And trust me, if there ever was a good book on how to waste your time, I'd be the author, I'd be the winner. I am really good at that shit. So I have to stay very focused and very disciplined. This is a big challenge. Normal business. Normal real estate business. Does it look familiar? A little bit of learning, a lot of business stuff, and then a little bit of lead generation. Can't do that. I need to reset it. I will spend 50% of my time, effort, and focus on getting business. That means active prospecting, some passive marketing, follow-up, setting up appointments, going on appointments, and working my sphere. That has to be 50% of my energy, time, and focus. I'll spend a quarter of my time learning. I need to get better, learn the market, preview properties, practice, role play, that's important. Working high conversion leads requires confident communication, that's essential, but it's really essential in real estate to begin with. Reading books, watching videos, going to Borino training. And then a quarter of my time will be spent on the business stuff, that be administration, answering emails, returning phone calls, working on my materials, and paperwork, training a system, working with the system. Okay? Now, let's talk about my schedule. Remember, I have 1 month, so I gotta hustle. So Monday through Friday, this will be my day. I will start at 5:30 in the morning. Little meditation, visualization, and gratitude. So I set the tone of the day right. Focused, centered, unstoppable, like a samurai. In the boot camp, when we do the boot camp, we have a motto, the samurai motto. I'm unstoppable. That would be my mantra. Then 6 a.m., exercise, take a yoga class, go for a run, do a little high intensity training, anything. Get the body moving, get the juices flowing. Prepare the body for the level of stress that's unavoidable in this business. Exercise for 60 minutes, then my morning routine, take a quick shower, healthy breakfast. By 8 a.m., I'm role playing with my partner, 30 minutes back and forth. That will warm me up. That's like an athlete stretching and warming up before the performance. It's like a rock star tuning in the back, getting ready for the performance. I need to be at peak performance. I need to be better than my competition. I need to knock it out of the park. So I will role play. 8:30, I'm hitting the phone. Contacting new and old expireds. First I call them, then I text them, then if I have their contact information, fire off a quick email. All set up in my contact management system, easy breezy, in conjunction with the data provider like LineDesk with Espresso Agent. All right, I'm doing that for 1 hour. Now I'll take a 15-minute break, short break, reset, recharge. There we go. Same thing with FSBOs. Hunting down FSBOs. I would go on Craigslist, I would go on Zillow, I'd go on FSBO.com, get all the FSBOs, load them up in my contact management database. If I can call them, I would call them, have a little conversation with them, set an appointment. You've seen my videos where I demonstrate how it's done. It's about a 2-minute conversation, not that hard. I would reach out to them. Some respond, some will, some won't. Some will be nice, some will not. No big deal. Then I will be done in an hour. 11:30 rolls in. I will go grab my expired packages, Go visit the expired, some that I have talked to, some that I have not, but I want to reach out to. And while I'm out there, I'm going to preview new listings, check out what's pending, so I'm on top of the market, so I know the market better than my competition. I can have an intelligent conversation about values. I am confident when it comes to pricing my listings. That comes from previewing. That's part of my education, knowing my marketplace. 1 o'clock, nice healthy lunch, little break. Then at 1:45, I actually dive into the administration. Notice how I push it back. I don't want to waste my most productive time where my energy is its peak, when I can deliver the best after I had lunch, and I'll go, I'll do it in the afternoon. I don't want to waste it in the morning. So it's the afternoon where I return phone calls, return emails, work with my assistant, work on assignments, get the admin stuff out of the way, put out fires if necessary. Short break, then 45 minutes of education, watching videos, social media, just fucking around. You know you're going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. Everybody likes to fuck around a little bit. Get on Instagram and check what's going on. So might as well put in the schedule so I don't feel guilty about it. And it's a nice way for me to reset, see what's going on, post a couple of things, reconnect with my sphere, with my friends, with you guys. Then follow-up. 4:15 to 5:15 is my follow-up time. Leads I haven't reached in the morning, I'm going to try again. Expireds I haven't reached in the morning, I'm going to retry again in the afternoon. Work with my sphere, reach out to leads I already have, set up appointments. Then by 5:15, I either have an appointment or I do more admin work, close up with my assistant, work on my marketing, shoot a marketing video if necessary. By 7 o'clock, I'm home with the family. That's a good productive day. This very slightly on the weekend, Saturday is the money day. That means I will do a lot of visits because I didn't reach a lot of people at home. So I will go back to the expireds I haven't reached so far, or those where I drop off the package but nobody was there. I'm going to give it a try again. Visit a couple of for sale by owners, 3, 4 if possible. Build my sphere of influence connections. Have a cup of coffee with somebody on my sphere. Talk to people, drop off a nice, like right now around the holidays, is perfect time to connect with your sphere. Then in the afternoon, I would do an open house, 3-hour open house, 1 to 4. Bunch of good open house signs. I will use my affiliates and my assistant to help me with the open house because I'm going to put a boatload of them out there. So they're going to help me. And then from 4 to 6, if necessary, or 4 to 7, I would show and sell. Show property and sell them house. Yes, not just show homes. I will show and sell. Yeah? That's Saturday. Sunday, and then I would complete my follow-up, reach people who came to my open house. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I really enjoyed chatting with you today. How can I help? That's my plan. Now, as far as the open house, I would pick the right house. Doesn't need to be my listing. Doesn't matter. Just making sure it's the right house. Shows well, it's in a desirable neighborhood. It's fairly affordable, and it's a good listing. I will promote it 5 days prior. So maybe run some Facebook ads, distribute some flyers, talk to some neighbors. I would use a lot of signs because if I'm going to do it, might as well get good traffic. Use a guest register. I showed you what I would use on my iPad. And then this is critical, follow up the same day. If you leave a gap there, I would text them right away, right after they came through. Hey, nice meeting you. I'll be in touch. Call them back later. As far as FSBOs, I have to immediately position myself away from all the other salesperson. All the other agents that bashed them over the head that it's dumb and where are you going to interview agents for the job of selling your house and it's stupid going for sale, all that stuff. I'm staying away from all that. My positioning will be helpful advisor and a guide. I'm here to help. It's great. You're courageous. You're brave to do this on your own. I appreciate you want to save money. You have a family. You're responsible. I'm here to help. There'll be no pressure. For those of you guys who are my students, who have my systems like the Borino system, the Expired Plus system, the Referral Plus system, that's the premise of everything I teach. I believe in the golden rule more than anything. Do upon others as you want them do to upon you. If you're cool to others, if you're friendly, helpful to others, you will get that in return. If you're a dick, asshole, pressure, manipulator, you're going to get plenty of that. The good news is you don't need to be. Not necessary. Follow up with FSBOs. First, a personal meeting. I would like to have a 10-minute face-to-face with them. Not that hard to set up if you follow the dialogues I teach you. And I would do follow-up every 7 days. The FSBO would hear from me minimum every 7 days. Again, with something cool and helpful. Not, hey, are you ready to list your house now? Haven't sold yet, right? See, I told you so. Not good. I wouldn't do that. And I would seal it with a strong listing presentation, where I clearly explain to them, you're just better off listing with an agent. There's no coincidence that 92% of the homes in the United States sell with the help of an agent. If going FSBO and saving money was such a great idea, everybody would be doing it. It just would make more sense. So I would do a good listing presentation. That's where the role play comes in, the practice comes in. So I sound confident, I'm connected, and I'm helping the seller. I protect their best interest. Now, how about buyers? You know my overall view on buyers. You can waste a lot of time weekend after weekend showing properties, negotiating offers, and never get to pay a penny. So I have to be very, very careful. I got 30 days to do this, so I better hustle. That means I only work with A-plus buyers. They're willing, able, ready now. They're willing to work with me. They're pleasant to work with. They're WAR, war. They're nice people. I don't want to work with assholes. That's why I don't like working with investors, because they have 50 agents on their roster. Whoever gets them the best deal is the one who's going to get it. I don't need those odds. Don't like those odds. So I want somebody who's nice, who is realistic, none of this beer budget champagne taste, and who's easy to work with, who's agreeable. The rest of the buyers, the B buyers, I would refer out. And if they buy 6 months from now, awesome, I'll make a referral. But if they don't, I save boatload of time, so I can't lose. It's a win-win no matter what. My primo ideal buyers, and these will come through an open house if you do it right, are people who need to sell in order for them to buy. I like those. So look for those. You can always discover it through a little bit of a pleasant conversation with them. All right, I would send this letter out. This would be part of my marketing. This is the passive part, but it's pretty effective. So I do an open house, I pick up some buyers, I show them some properties, none of them they buy, so I'll send this out to a neighborhood. I will use a mail merge, fire this off, a few hundred of these. Dear Jim and Susan, this will be of course mail merge with the name of the seller. I'm writing it today because I have clients who are very interested in purchasing a house in your area. They are qualified, motivated. If you or one of the neighbors are thinking about selling in the near future, contact me. This may be a good solution, saves you some money and time. Here's my contact information. Text me or email me, Borino, your real estate agent. That's it. If you want to get fancy, you can add the picture of you or with your clients. So I'm going to blast these out. 6 days a week, I work my ass off from 5:30 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. One day I rest. It's a complete day off, because just like a race car, if I'm going to push it 6 days, and you can see that I'm going to push pretty hard, I'm going to move pretty fast, one day is completely off. That's the recharge time. Just like a computer needs a shutdown time, a car needs reset, I'm going to need my reset. So my day off means phone is off. There's no way to get a hold of me, no checking email, there's no thinking, planning, doing anything business related. My mind is focused on other stuff. This is essential. What I've discovered, and again, you see, I learned these lessons the hard way. Like I have to go through all this shit myself, but that's good for you, so you don't have to make these mistakes. What I discovered was that working 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and 7 days a week yielded about the same amount of results. In other words, working 7 days a week, and I respect many of you, your commitment and the level of work you put in is solid. The hours you put in is crazy. But what I discovered was I didn't get more done in 7 days. The difference was I felt worse, my health wasn't as good, I was fat, I was tired, stressed, and not as productive. Take at least one day off, minimum. That's the day to treat yourself, rejuvenate, recharge. Spend time with your family, with your friends. Do something fun for you. My thing is, I like to ride my motorcycle if the weather is good. I like to go to a spa, get a massage, go to sauna, spend some time with my family, with my kids. We like to go on these little trips, day trips, sometimes overnight trips. We like to go skiing. I like to cook. I like to have friends over. These things matter. Don't lose sight of those. You don't have to spend a lot of money. This is not about spending a lot of cash. I mean, if you have it, great. But if you don't, you can still make it a good time. Don't forget yourself. Don't leave yourself out of this. It is fantastic when you're committed to your family, and it is admirable and commendable that you take care of your spouse. You want to provide for people who you love. Love yourself first. Because it's just like on an airplane, when I've been flying a lot lately, so I can pretty much recite the whole routine, but when they talk about the oxygen mask, the first thing they tell you is put that thing on yourself first. You got to take care of yourself first. Because if you take care of yourself and you're healthy and you're productive, that will give you the opportunity to take care of your family, your kids, and your clients, and you will make this world a better place. But start with you. Besides, that will still leave you plenty of time. That gives me 22 productive days. That's 198 productive hours. I can do a lot in 198 hours, couldn't you? Of course, right? So let's get to it. I would work like hell. That would be step one. Work like hell. I would have a high work ethic. It does require a commitment of hard work. Don't kid yourself. The tools we have, the electronic systems, the digital world, all that stuff is phenomenal and helpful, and I love it. But there's still blood, sweat, and tears. There's still time you're going to roll up your sleeves and go to work. Besides, there's plenty. There's plenty of business. Did you know that every 24 hours there are 14,739 transactions on average according to the NAR? 5.39 million homes will be sold by the end of this year. So if I work my ass off, I'm going to take a piece of that. I'm going to get at least one listing and one sale. I'm convinced of that. Not to mention, according to the Census Bureau, about 40 million people will move in the next 12 months here in the U.S. 40 million! That's a big number. So there's plenty. There's plenty. My mindset is there's plenty. There are plenty of people who need my help, who need my service, who will gladly pay me, who are looking for me. Get up early, plan everything. This is important. Just like the calendar I showed you, everything needs to be on your calendar. Be absolutely fanatical when it comes to planning. Be really diligent, because this will allow you to project how you want your day to go and review. I use a weekly planner, and every Sunday I just look back. I know I don't work on Sundays. I know I just said that. I know you're right. You're right. Caught me. But on Sunday I like to flip through and just kind of evaluate what worked, what didn't work. What was the week like? And then follow the plan. You plan your day today, you execute tomorrow, and you stick with it. You're doing your best. Sometimes it's going to be better than others. Remember that picture I draw. There'll be days where it's going to be all over the place and tangled. There'll be days where it's going to be unstoppable and perfect. But no matter what, work like hell. Look back at every day, 7 o'clock, look back and you say, yes, I did well. I'm proud of myself. This is well done. I've accomplished something. Focus on high conversion leads. Focus on leads who are already in a process. I don't care about people who tell me maybe we'll do something down the road a year from now. That's not a lead, that's a suspect. I want prospects who say, you know what, if the right buyer comes along, we are selling. I care about motivated sellers and buyers who are already in the process, who are actively doing something. Those are the easiest to find, easiest to convert. That's why they're high conversion leads. So I'm going to work expireds, FSBOs, open house, and referrals. If I focus on these four, I'm not going to be jack of all trades. I'm going to master these four things. I don't need to be the best in my town at these. I just need to be a little better than my competition. And frankly, most of your competition is not a whole lot competent. It really isn't. It's no coincidence that average agent makes less than 50 grand a year, guys. With $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 commissions, that's like 5 deals a year. Come on, that's laughable. You can totally crush it. I know I can, because I expect success. I expect success. I don't expect it to be easy. I don't expect it to be the straight line, but goddamn, I expect success. That means I expect great leads. And I will only work with good leads because they're out there. I know they are. I expect motivated clients. I don't want somebody who's wishy-washy, overpriced, difficult. No, later. Ciao. I expect to get appointments. So when I get on the phone with somebody, if they want my help, yes, we're going to get together. Why not? That means, as a result, because I'm going to practice my listing presentation, I expect good listings. I'm going to get these suckers sold. I'm going to make money. The end. And that's my plan. And I'm going to have to tweak it, of course. It's going to require some adjusting. It's not going to be perfect out of the box, but I am convinced it's going to work. I mean, I'm going to show you a couple of results. These are not typical. Please don't expect that everybody's going to do it. But I am convinced this would work. My man Ryan from Portsmouth, Virginia, look at that. I wanted to keep in touch. Just closed 3 deals this week, all from following your plan. 3 closings in 1 week. So there's evidence it can be done. My friends Roger and Rosie, great people down in Austin, Texas, totally crushing it with Keller Williams. Came in #1 as top team. 6 closing in 30 days. Spent a couple of days here in DC. I trained them, worked with them. Bam! Look at that. Now I can train you. I can teach you. I am not good at many things. I'm really not. But one thing I figured out is how I could take an agent who either is new or who's been at it for a while but wants to do better. And I can break down something pretty complex, like this business I'll give you is not exactly simple. But I can break it down into those three moving parts. I can break it down and teach you and help you get good leads. I'll show you how to build a relationship, how to qualify them and position yourself, and get listings. I developed the whole class around it. It's called The Path, and I have an invitation for you to join me. So if you feel like you could use some support and guidance, because if next year is about this year, then it's not going to be all that great, I'm here. We have a weekly accountability calls where we set up your week. Remember, all that revolves around those 7 days, where a lot you can accomplish in 7 days. So I have a special coach dedicated to nothing but your accountability, so your week is planned well and you follow that plan. You're going to get bi-weekly training, live sessions with me personally every 2 weeks. We had one yesterday. It was a lot of fun. You're going to have lead generation and phone clinics where I'll help you with all these systems. We're going to build them one by one. We have confident communication sessions. If you need help with role playing, if you need help with your dialogues or getting appointments, covering objections, all that is part of it. And even one-on-one hot seats. And there's tons more. This is a session we had yesterday where we did live role plays, live calls, FISBOs, expireds, and we just worked for an hour and a half together. These sessions are all recorded, so you can watch it, you can get the replay. Plus the training comes with all the systems. I put together a bunch of systems to help you. I have a listing presentation system, which I believe is the most advanced, best listing presentation system in the world. It comes with slides, video training, a book, step-by-step, how to deliver a rock-solid listing presentation, how to prepare for it, deliver it, and get a listing at the end. Referral Plus, how to not go Amway on your friends and family and still get a bunch of referrals. Core Influence, which is the most advanced communication program. Open House, how to do good open houses where you get 20, 30, sometimes 40 visitors. I had an agent report to me. She called me, it was so great. I get a call on Sunday, says, "I hate you." I'm like, oh shit, what have I done? What happened? We had to shut down the open house. We had 97 people. So that's pretty cool. Gravity Plus, Mind Matrix Plus, which is a program, if you have, like me, limiting beliefs, I had a whole bunch of them. I'm not good enough. This is too hard. Money's hard to come by. This will help you overcome it. It's a special audio program. The Expired Plus, we're actually now on version 5. We just rolled it out. You're going to get the brand new one, the Borino for FISBO systems, access to the Netflix of real estate called the Listing University, where you have over 100 recordings, training sessions on all kinds of topics, from the most advanced one to the basic ones. Everything is there. You can log in anytime, watch the training, watch the interviews. There's tons of resources there to inspire you and to teach you. Video Plus, how to do cool real estate videos with nothing but your iPhone. We are moving towards video more and more. You've noticed that. It's all part of that. Now, you can buy them piece by piece for $3,055, or you can just join the path, and every month you're going to get a different system with instructions how to use it, how to implement it, and with my help. So if you sign up today, you will get the first book of the path called The Money Mindset. We're going to start with a mindset because that's the rudimentary foundation of your success. Because if it's screwed up in your head, if you have wrong set of beliefs, if the mindset is not there, if you're going in with the belief, I don't know if this is going to work, I don't know if I'm good enough, my competition maybe, if you have these doubts and fears, it's going to screw you up. Just like it screwed me up. So I wrote the whole book, steps that I took to get out of that hole and reset my mindset without, doing the cuckoo stuff, the new age stuff. It's practical stuff. You're going to get access to the Listing University. You're going to get the Mind Matrix as a special bonus, which is 5 audio tracks loaded on your phone. Listen to it. You're going to get training with me. Now, this is normally $1,905. It's all included. It's all part of it. Plus, on day 45 of the path, you get a special bonus from me. Month 2, about halfway through month 2. First, we want to make sure you have the first core systems in place. You go through the orientation, it's in place. Then, you're going to get a golden ticket. That means you can go through this list and pick any program, and we'll send it to you. Any one of these. You say, I want to focus on expired, send it to me now, I don't want to wait. Or you say, I want the FISBOs, whatever. Any one of these will be yours. Because my goal, and the reason I designed it the way I did, the entire program, is for you to build the business while making money. Build it as you go. Remember the picture of the man building the bridge? That's the idea. Earning commissions as you're getting better. My man Avatar, look at this. My first post here got 3 listings last week, and I will be getting 3 more next week. My rockstar friend Jean Steele from Florida. I've been busy, but wanted to pop in and thank you, Borino, again. 70 closings so far, 15 million. I hit my 50 listings goal. Stay on the path. I want you to be my success story. I want 2020 to be the year where you're going to look back and you go, fuck me, that was awesome. I had the privilege to meet this lovely lady here in Washington, D.C., Pamela from Sarasota, write to me. The past week or so has been quite epic. I upgraded my car to the one on my vision board and worked close to 70 hours last week, getting my 4 listings ready to go live. I took a 5th listing on Saturday and picked up a freebie new construction buyer. All of this while my husband is away in Germany working and I'm left to manage the house by myself. 5 listings in 1 week. What can be your success story? How far do you think you can go if you had the right support, the right tools, the right resources, and you had me in your corner, holding your hand, helping you? You have full access to me. You can ask questions. We can build these systems, FSBO system, referral system, expired system, online lead gen, follow-up. I'll help you with real estate video. I even help you with a good, solid listing presentation. So you sound confident. You know how to price your listings. You create an environment where the seller feels we're on this together. We're on the team together. So jump on it. We have a holiday next week, Thanksgiving. You're going to take some break. You're going to get the books. If you order right now, you're going to have them before Thanksgiving. You can start diving in. You can start going through the videos, going through the training. You can start asking questions. We have a beautiful community, over 200 people who are ready to help, ready to answer your questions. I'm there too. We have a private group. It's a lot of fun. All of this is just $197 a month. There's no long-term contracts, no long-term commitments. You stay 3 months, great. You stay 6 months, fantastic. You stay a year, I'll show you how to get a listing a week. That is my goal, 1 listing a week. So you can have the freedom you want. You can have the lifestyle you want. It's there. Other agents are doing it, why not you? For $197 a month, with all the tools and all the answers and all the resources, we'd love to have you. We'd love to help you. So go to goborino.com, sign up, let me help you. Let's turn the next year into the best you ever had. How about that? All right? That's my challenge. Now, if you're up for the challenge, join the path, and you and I will work together to get at least 1 extra listing, 1 extra sale in the next 30 days. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. Let's make it happen. What could you do with the extra money if you got 1 extra sale, 1 extra listing, or more? You can do more, but we can do it together. It's doable. It's out there for you. Okay? All right. Good. So Sarah Mary, I answered your question. Excellent. Juan says, this is awesome. Thanks, Borino. This is great. Getting on it right away. Come join us. GoBorino.com is the URL. Would love to have you guys. And with that, I appreciate you being here today. Are you willing to take the challenge with me? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone? Let me be your guide, which I really appreciate your trust and faith in me. I won't let you down. I've been doing this for many years, and I've had the privilege to help tons of people. I want more success stories. My commitment for 2020 is expand the number of success stories I get from you guys. I want you to be the next one. And with that, I want to say thank you for being here today. Wishing you all a fantastic rest of today. I'll talk to you soon. We'll come back with more training, more answers. I'll see you on the path. Coach Borino signing off. And as always, let's go and get him.